Hey guys, it is good to be back with you all here. Good to be back at my proper set. Um, yeah, it feels more like this is where I'm supposed to talk to you. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about something that I've talked about somewhat to on my short form content on my Instagram. Go check that out. I post to Instagram at least 2 or 3 times a day. I post to TikTok 2 or 3 times a day. So go check those out. Not TikTok, Instagram for sure. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Follow me on there. And like and subscribe to this video if you enjoy it. But you don't know what it's about yet, so don't do it yet. Like it at the end of the video when you know what it's all about. Anyway, this is day 13 of this series. We're almost halfway through, guys, which is crazy. Halfway through a challenge. That's the crazy thing about challenges, you know? It seems like a lot of work. Like I was like, okay, I'm going to do this for 30 days every single day. And now I'm realizing, hey, it's actually like we're almost halfway through. That's nuts. I feel like I just started. The YouTube account has doubled, way more than doubled, almost tripled in size since I started, which is insane. Thank you guys so much. And it's definitely been a really fun learning experience. So let's get into the topic for today. It's a little colder today. It's windy. What I want to talk about today is one of the things that I think as a man you should really be focusing on or learning about, and this is for a woman too, but as a man, there's a couple of reasons why. So, and I'll get into it. There's lots of things I think you should be doing as a man, but one of the big things is you should know how to provide food. And what I mean by that is not making money, because you can make money, anyone can make money. Making money is anyone can make some amount of money. That's not the hard part. You can provide with the money, yes. I'm talking about actually literally providing actual food. Something we do with our family, and all the credit goes to my parents because they forced us to learn this, even when we didn't want to. And something we were doing literally this morning. We were just doing it this morning, so that's what I want to talk about. It's meat and getting meat, basically getting food. It's an important thing, man. We live in a world where everything is really nice and clean and packaged for us, and yeah, it's easy to buy food. You don't really think about where it comes from, and it's all processed nicely and clean and looks good. But you never know when things could go bad, and the reason I say that is not because I'm some dire predictor of some catastrophe or dystopian future. Obviously, dystopian futures are almost always guaranteed because give stuff long enough time and they will destroy themselves because things always end up degrading. So dystopian future is a guarantee. I'm not saying it's going to be in your lifetime or it's going to be in the lifetime of YouTube when you might actually still be watching this video, but I am saying it is going to be at some point. Regardless, this is something you should know how to do because it massively boosts your testosterone, massively boosts your attractiveness. Two big things because girls like guys who are capable. And girls, if you're watching this, keep watching it so you can send it to, future husband options, maybe. You should really learn how to provide food. And if you grow up because I kind of grew up on somewhat of a hobby farm when I was younger, which definitely helps. We would slaughter like 400 chickens at a time, usually once a year. And it was amazing because you don't know, you see chicken, you eat like a drumstick or something, and it's like, oh, it's good, right? Fried chicken, amazing. I love fried chicken, but you don't really think about where it comes from. That's an actual chicken. Someone had to kill it and process it and deal with it, and now you're eating it. And so from super young, from as far back as I can remember, I've been helping handle animals, deal with animals, process animals. So we started with chickens, and when you're young, we'd be the ones like in the cages catching them, and then we'd give them to my uncle who would like chop their heads off, deal with them like that, and then we'd get rid of all the feathers in the plucker, and then they'd go to the processing table where people who are slightly older and kind of knew what they were doing, they would like cut them open, get rid of all the stuff that you don't want to eat, and basically process them and package them so that you could take them out of your freezer, throw them in a pot or in the oven and have chicken, right? And I'm very glad that that was made natural as just part of what we did. And I knew, okay, when I eat chicken, that's where it was, that's where it came from, and that's what I'm eating. Because you know where it comes from, you know what's behind it. You don't get shocked at the sight of blood, right? Nearly as much. You get a little bit of a, what do they call it? A little desensitized. By the way, desensitization. I gotta write that down. I gotta talk about that. Desensitization, very interesting subject. But anyway, you get to like get used to the idea of this is where your food comes from. It's not pretty, and you know, it's not really enjoyable, but you just have to do it because you do it. And then this morning, every year we have a couple steers that we butcher and process. So this morning we're out there, you shoot them, and then you have to do everything. You skin them. I mean, I posted a short, like, quick update to my Instagram story. I mean, to my Instagram reels and stuff, so you can kind of see the process there. But like, you have to skin it all. You have to get rid of the guts and all the stuff that you don't eat, just like a chicken. And then you're carrying, like me and my brother are carrying these quarters. So a quarter of a beef, right? One beef. It's a big animal. One quarter. It's like heavy, dude. And our landlord actually has like a fridge set up in his garage. And so we hang them there, you let them cool, and we hang them there, and then after 2 weeks of letting them hang, it kind of softens the meat. It gets, it dries out just a bit and completely drains the blood, etc. So it's just a good way of processing. After that, we'll usually cut it up. But yeah, so we're like lifting these things. Like a quarter of a cow is heavy. It's heavy, dude. So you're like hugging this thing and you're just covered in blood and guts and stuff, and it's not enjoyable. Like, that is, some people really enjoy hunting. Hunting's never been something that's a big thing for me. Like, I enjoy it, like the idea of it. Yeah, it's a fun idea, but it's not something that I'm like, oh, hunting, it's September, gotta go hunting, right? Like, no, not really. I could really, couldn't care less, and honestly probably would rather not bother going hunting. But I think it's super important to know how to do that. You should be able to know, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to go hunt. I'm going to provide food. Like, this morning, we literally slaughtered a year's worth of meat for a family of 11 people. And then 2 weeks from now, we're going to take that meat, we're going to bring it back home to our place here. We get a bandsaw and cutting boards out and everything, and we're going to spend like 15 hours all day cutting that meat up and organizing it, sorting it, and packaging it, and ground beef and everything. We do it all ourselves. Last year, I made all the steaks. Last year, as a family, we made all of the steaks that we ate during the year. Like, it's hard a lot of people can't comprehend that, because it's like, what? You made the steaks. Yep. When I put something on the barbecue, I knew exactly where it came from, and I knew, yeah, that's the piece. That's what I cut up. It's very, very cool. It's something you don't get, and I think as parents, you really should encourage your kids to be in a situation where they have to deal with processing their own meat, especially. And I think it wards off a major problem, which is vegetarianism and veganism, both of which are extremely unhealthy and terrible for you, just so you know. But it wards off that, because when you actually know where your food comes from, you realize that, hey, this is, it's a circle of life. This is how things work. We process our meat, and then we eat our meat, and it's clean. We do it properly. The animals don't suffer. It's just how it works, and it's just how life goes. And you don't get like this idea of like, oh, factory farms and all my food is coming from some factory somewhere. It's like, no, it doesn't, because you literally cut it up yourself. I think that's super important. It's a very important message to be giving your kids. And on top of that, being able to just the lesson behind it, like, it's crazy. We spend all day cutting it up. We watch YouTube videos on what to do, and this was last year. Last year was the first year we fully processed it ourselves. We've always slaughtered it ourselves, but we sometimes used to take it to a butcher, and then we're like, why don't we do it? So we did the entire thing last year. It was crazy. So much fun, because we got to learn everything, and you're just in there covered in blood again. But it's so worth it. Like, it's such a good way to learn how to do stuff, man. So on top of that, the other thing you really should be learning how to learning is how to handle like guns. Like you should have, if you're a guy and you don't have a gun, I've talked about this again on my daily reels on Instagram. I've talked about this. You need to have guns, man. Like get a gun, learn how to use it. It's amazing. It's an amazing way to provide for your family. It's an amazing way to protect your family. I am not a pacifist by any means. So take that information as you will. I think pacifism is the idea of pacifism. There are good aspects to it, but I think as a whole, pacifism is incredibly warped and a twisted way to view things. And I think a lot of Christians think pacifism is, I don't know, more holy or something, when I don't think God doesn't even believe in pacifism, in my personal opinion. So use that information as you want. But seriously, protection and to provide food, man. You can take a gun and you can walk out into the woods and you can bring home food for a year. You realize how crazy that is? That's amazing. I bet you can't do that. If you haven't done that before, like you won't know how to do that. You need to learn how to do these things. As a man, that's super important. And, worst comes to worst, you've got a gun, you've always got a way to find some food somewhere. You've always got a way of getting some food. I mean, yes, you can do it with a bow and arrow. It's a little harder, a lot harder, like way harder. But, learn how to do that, man. And then learn how to cut up your own beef. I think that's really cool. And just get over like that squeamish thing. Some people really enjoy it. I think it's like people who like love cutting up animals. Like I can understand hunting, there's the adrenaline, you're hunting, you shoot an animal. That's cool. Cutting up the animal, man, it's not my favorite thing to do. Like I forced myself to do it. Okay, I'm going to get in there. I like being clean. So when you're covered in blood, it just is not a comfortable thing, and I don't enjoy it. But I forced myself to get in there and cut it up, and you just do it because you need to learn how to do it, and it's important. But it's not something I'd enjoy doing. I definitely don't enjoy doing it, but it's just an important skill to have. So yeah, if you don't, we were just talking to friends of ours the other day, and they had some chickens, and they were asking us if we could euthanize their chickens, and we were like, what? Euthanize chickens? Never heard this before, and they're pet animals and stuff that they didn't want to deal with, and I understand that. You don't want to, you have a pet animal, but like this is such a great teaching experience for kids to understand, like, hey, yeah, this is what actually happens, and when you eat meat, that's where it comes from. It's cool. It's an important experience, and it teaches a lot. Like, so if you as a guy, if you've never actually killed anything, go learn how to kill something, an animal, and learn how to butcher it, learn how to cut it up, and start eating some meat that you've like hunted, killed, and processed yourself, and it tastes way better, dude. So much better, and it's gonna be very impressive. This is literally nothing more masculine you can do than providing food for your family. It's pretty cool. And so yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. There was something else I was going to mention. I can't remember. But anyway, it's also November. So we got 2 months to the new year. 2 months, man. That's awesome. It's almost 2026. That's a whole new year of like trying new things. Pretty cool. All right. Anyway, that's all that I wanted to say.